This ABC 15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.
Hello, I'm Justin Pizzera with your top stories from ABC 15 Arizona. The city of Tempe has cut ties with names associated with the Ku Klux Klan. The city council voted in favor of changing the names of several streets and parks. The new names honor people the council felt represented the spirit of Tempe. Hudson, Redden, and Harrelson parks are all getting new names, along with Hudson Lane, East and West Laird streets. The city of Tempe has agreed to reimburse people affected by those name changes. Calls for action at the state capitol regarding the superintendent of Scottsdale Unified School District. Some want him fired, while others are coming to his defense. So this all stems from comments Dr. Scott Menzel made in 2019 before he was in Scottsdale, where he called for deeper discussions on racial equity in education. This morning, ABC 15 is hearing from people on both sides of that discussion.
Parents, district employees, and community members in Legislative District 3 and beyond in Scottsdale Unified are scared and intimidated to speak up against the superintendent, so we are here with no choice but to be their voice.
It is wildly inappropriate for a legislator to impede on the local control of our elected governing board to call for Dr. Menzel's termination.
And we have reached out but not heard directly from Dr. Menzel. The district's next slated meeting is a special session on March 7th at 6 o'clock. Recent data shows slightly fewer data breaches occurred last year compared to 2021, but the number of victims impacted has skyrocketed into the hundreds of millions. Consumer reporter John Mattery shows us what to do if your information is exposed in a breach so you don't waste your money.
Every day, companies in the U.S. report data breaches that expose customer information. So we wanted to know what you can do immediately after a breach to keep your information safe. In January, T-Mobile announced a data breach impacting 37 million accounts. The U.S. Marshals Service, meantime, just reported a major security breach in February. Lily Morrow panics at every alert.
I think my personal information is going to get stolen.
Soraya Lattimore says it's so frustrating.
I think they need to do better.
The breaches used to be small. It used to be, not in the tens of millions or hundreds of millions.
Checkpoint's Pete Nicoletti has responded to hundreds of incidents as a field chief information security officer. He says data breaches occur when hackers find vulnerabilities in a company's network. Often information is stolen and held using ransomware. In other cases,
It's stolen and there's no ransomware because it's valuable in itself.
According to the Identity Theft Resource Center, there were 1,802 data breaches in the U.S. in 2022. That was just 60 short of the all-time high set in 2021. So what can you do if you get a letter in the mail informing you that your data was just exposed? First, Pete says be extra cautious about phishing emails that may follow. Take advantage of free services offered by the company, such as credit card monitoring. Pete also suggests the site haveibeenpwned.com, where you can see if your emails or phone numbers were compromised.
And what that tells you is don't reuse that password, okay?
Most important, set a unique passcode for every account and pay close attention to what you click, so you don't waste your money.
I feel like it's every other day. It's a new one.
I'm John Matteries.
Time for your most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. It's been a cool week, really a stormy one, as we track that midweek storm system. We are finally drier across the state this morning after drying out through the day yesterday. But today is going to be a cool day again, although not as cool as it was yesterday as we begin the process of warming up. 62 for a high today in Phoenix, so at least we'll make it out of the 50s here. Low to mid 60s in western Arizona. Yuma gets a little warmer. In northern Arizona, it's temperatures in the 40s for most spots. Page, though, may warm into the low 50s today. A great day for spring training after a couple of cooler or windier, wetter days. Temperatures today will warm a little faster. We'll be into the low 60s by about 4 o'clock. That means that as those games are getting going, we're in the upper 50s with plenty of sunshine in the forecast today and lighter winds too. The weekend looks good as well, even warmer, upper 60s on Saturday, then into the 70s by Sunday. We'll get a few more breezes by Sunday, and early next week more clouds, but it's staying dry in that 7-day forecast for the valley.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head to abc15.com or download the free ABC 15 mobile app.
This ABC 15 News Update is sponsored by Sanderson Ford, America's best-selling Ford dealership.